Let my looks say it all about this week's chapter of One Piece. Yep, One Piece returned this week with chapter 753 of the manga. I thought we were getting it this week. I was so excited. I got home from work. I was super excited to read this week's chapter of One Piece because I thought for sure that we were going to get one of three things: Law's backstory, Zoro versus Pika, or Sabo versus Fujitora. Once again, we got none of them. Okay, I I try to be fair. I usually don't bash One Piece. I've watched the whole series, every single episode, every chapter. I've watched it all. And I've always been fair to One Piece. I've always given Ichiro Oda the benefit of the doubt. The guy works his ass off. No one can deny that. But I have to be honest. And this is a little veering away from this actual chapter, and I'll get to the chapter in a second. But I have to be honest. This has not been one of my favorite arcs. I'm just putting it out there right now. Yes, there's been a lot of big characters introduced. Not a lot of big characters, but there's been a lot of interesting stuff introduced. Don Flamingo has been very interesting. Fujitora has been interesting. Sabo has been interesting. So there's been a lot going on. No doubt about it. But that's the problem. The problem is there's been too much going on. Way too much. To the point where, for me personally, I've actually started losing a little focus on the chapters. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's so many characters from the arena now involved. Now they're in this chapter. Now they're involving Bellamy again. And then you got Luffy still heading towards Flamingo. There's just way, 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 way too much. Just way overboard. Like, it wasn't necessary to have all this content in this arc. But to the actual chapter. So right off the bat, I was like, okay, we're going to get some backstory. We're going to get some backstory of Law. Nope. They went with Bellamy, who was confronting Flamingo at the top. And Bellamy pretty much was calling out Flamingo and stating why he sent Dillinger after Bellamy to kill him. And Flamingo is just laughing at him, and they go through this whole... It was actually probably the only interesting part of the whole chapter. Go through this little interesting conversation. But what I got out of it that was really cool about the conversation was the fact that Flamingo stated that he just wanted the world to destroy the world. I found that very intriguing because here's a guy, Flamingo, who we know now is one of the whatchamacallit, he's from the Don Quixote family, one of the not ancients, Jesus Christ. See, this is how messed up I am in the head right now. I've been reading so much One Piece and just so much going on that I can't even think straight right now. And I got home from work. I'm exhausted. So Flamingo, who is one of the Ruby Toe, what do you call it? Jesus Christ, this is gonna bother me. One of the Celestial Dragons. Celestial Dragons. That's what I was thinking of. God, I'm sorry, folks. So we found out already a long while back that he was a celestial dragon, and we find out in this chapter that he basically is, he wanted to become. First, we thought he wanted to become the king of the pirates. Now he's finding out he just wants to destroy the world. So, what is Flamingo's deal? Like, what is his motives? What's his whole purpose? What does he want to do? I cannot. If we ever get to Flamingo's backstory, we can't even get to Law's backstory. Maybe Flamingo's backstory will be part of Law's backstory. I don't know. But what is Flamingo's purpose? He has such intrigue surrounding his character, and we just haven't learned enough about him. So, what's his purpose for wanting to become king of the pirates? And he states he wants to destroy the world. So, what is it about him? So that was really about it for the chapter. That interested me. Everything else was just the Don Quixote family or Don Flamingo's family versus all the arena people. You know, Chinjiao versus Gladiator, all of them. It was just a clash of the two forces, and they're just trying to hold off the Don Quixote family while Luffy, Cavendish, and Kairos, I believe. Jesus, I don't know. I've lost track. I'm telling you, whoever the hell is on the heading towards Flamingo with Luffy. So they're blocking him off while they're heading towards Flamingo still, and really, a couple things with the Tontadas here and there, but other than that, that was it. Just nothing going on in this chapter. Or let me rephrase that. Not that nothing's going on. Too much irrelevant shit going on in this chapter. My head hurts from reading it. It really does. And again, I've been fair to One Piece, but I'm kind of sick of it. It's dragging. Dragging, dragging, dragging. This arc feels like it's taking forever. I'm probably going to get dislikes about this, but this is just my honest opinion. I want out of this arc. Like, not even I want out of it. I just want the arc to move along. Can we get to the important stuff now, please? Just end it. It feels like, to me, I feel like this whole arc, half of this arc, they've been trying to climb their way to the top. And it's just been all these irrelevant characters. So, not much else to say. I'm like, half of this review probably doesn't make sense because I'm exhausted. I can't even read anymore because I'm just so confused as to what's going on. A lot of it here. But we didn't get no Frankie. We didn't get anything else other than that jumbled mess. So we'll see what happens with next week's chapter. Overall, I'm going to rate this chapter the worst score I've ever given any chapter thus far. A 3 out of 10. A bad chapter. Yes, I said it. This was a bad chapter of One Piece. And so far, I've never rated any chapter bad. So, 3 out of 10. The only interesting thing was the Flamingo stuff. Other than that, just more of the same jumbled mess we've been getting for a while now. Bad chapter, and get it together, man. We'll see you next week for another One Piece chapter review. See you later.